So I would have showed you guys this, but I didn't think he was gonna really go this in depth and everything. I just kind of wanted to do it and get it over with. Um, this is a 1993, or no, not the two. It's a 2003 Honda Foreman 450, 5-speed semi-automatic trans. Straight axle rear end. Yeah. So what happened is that people who have permission to drive the quad weren't following the 10 miles an hour in the yard rule, so that we don't completely fuck shit up. And this trailer is parked right back here. And they were coming up this way and kind of smacked the side. Where's my finger? Smacked the side of that right there. And somehow, I don't know how fucking fast they were going, but popped the tire, fucked up the rim, thought they bent the hub, sitting right there, and they pull it off, and the fucking axle shaft is bent. So anyway, just kind of a quick couple of things on how to get that off. First of all, there's the those are the 4 studs. So you unbolt that, you take the tire and the rim off. Pretty self-explanatory. And then over top of the shaft here, there's a cotter pin in there. And a little public service announcement for that. When you're putting a cotter pin in, you got the little O end. You don't have to crush that to get it to go in the fucking hole further. You just pry the other ends out and then it stays in there. You got 2 kind of knobby ends for 1. It makes it easier to pull the cotter pin out. For 2, it holds it in there just fine. You don't have to fucking crush the thing and twist it all around and just, I don't know, man. You'd be surprised how someone can fuck up putting a cotter pin in. I mean, and it's not like it was rusty. It was just done not that long ago from a guy down the road who fixes things for a living. And, yeah, wonder how that's going, because he's not very good with putting a fucking cotter pin in. But anyway, the rest of the quad's really fucking nice. Basically been restored. So first of all, if you're going to do that, you gotta, take the tire off. And then there's this. You take that cotter pin out of there. There's this nut over top of it. I grabbed a 1 1/4 inch socket. Seemed like it was kind of a little big, had a little slop. But it took it off just fine. I could have found the right size, but I'm like, this will fit. And if it was going to start to strip it out, I would have gone and found the right one. But it didn't come right out. So now, this is kind of a learning experience for me too. But to get that out of there, I'm gonna take a bet and say that the housing right there is probably going to have to come off of the fucking pig. So first you're going to have to, first of all, I'm going to have to figure out how to jack this thing up a bit different. And then second of all, take that shock off right there. Take that bolt out and get the shock off the axle. And then unbolt that housing. I imagine that probably slides off of there. And then, oh, wow, people are home. Okay. So where was I? Oh, then you fucking slide that out, and I'll kind of let you guys know what to do from there. Might be a separate video. Might try and edit the 2 of them together. As far as getting the hub off, once you get that nut off of there, and the cotter pin out, once that shit's all off, the actual hub just comes right out. I mean, you might have to beat on it a little bit. It's kind of stuck in there. But you don't, if it's not coming out, either take some heat to it or hit it a little bit harder, or I don't know, there's probably other things you can do, but that's basically how you get that out. You unbolt that thing. If it still ain't coming, figure out ways of force to use on it. So that's about it for this video, unless I can edit the next one in there. So, all right, thanks for watching.